What's up, y'all? It's me, CA3, and here's what I read today. John 1 began with verse 1. The Word became flesh. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. There was a man sent from God whose name was John. He came as a witness to bear witness about the light, that all might believe through him. He was not the light, but came to bear witness about the light. The true light, which gives light to everyone, was coming into the world. He was in the world, and the world was made through him, yet the world did not know him. He came to his own, and his own people did not receive him. But to all who did receive him, who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God, who were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we have seen his glory, glory as of the only Son from the Father, full of grace and truth. John bore witness about him and cried out, "This was he of whom I said, he who comes after me ranks before me, because he was before me. For from his fullness we have all received grace upon grace, for the law was given through Moses, grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. No one has ever seen God, the only God, who is at the Father's side. He has made him known." A few things I noted was, one, the preeminence of Christ is shown. He's always been here. In the beginning was the Word. That word, logos, actually is referring to Jesus. He was there in the beginning. He is the living Word. Jesus basically was the Father's agent even in creation, right? In Genesis, God says, "Let us make man in our image." And that Hebrew word is actually plural, which indicates, what many of us believe to be the concept of the Trinity. And this is further said in, the first chapter of John, where he says all things were created through him. Those who receive Christ receive abundant life, and they receive light because he is life and light. He says he's the way, the truth, and the life. Note about that is that if we, especially as Christians, are overcome, with darkness at any point, it's because we're not abiding in his light. John the Baptist comes in here, and he makes it very clear that he was not the light. His job was merely to reflect the light of Jesus. But ultimately, the main thing to pick up from this is that the whole Bible led to this moment. It led to the coming of Jesus from the fall all the way in the beginning until you get to this point. It was all meant to get us to Jesus, right? Jesus essentially was the reconstructed bridge between God and humanity. Beginning in the Garden of Eden, according to Genesis, man at one point lived in the presence of God freely. But then when sin enters the world, now we can no longer just be free in God's presence. We need something to come and correct the mistake. So Jesus comes into the picture and he restores that bridge. He restores that connection that we have to the Father by basically giving up his life. And that is something to be grateful for. But yeah, man, y'all be easy. Have a good day. God bless. And I love you.